Okay, let me say before I get started here real good. Hey, right on, sister. Okay, about this video right here because it's like all that stuff you said in there. I mean, I agree with those points. I really agree with those points. Um, as far as somebody to say that somebody is on point or whatever, you know, you're right. Nobody's ever defined that. And I think the reason why nobody's ever defined it because there's no really real definition of that. How can you can't say on point? Nobody does everything right. So that's just the truth of that. Talking about this first part of your video, you know, uh, just like you gave the definition of the analogy saying that okay, you can have a woman in a room that's very strikingly beautiful, but she might be a total bitch. Does that make her on point? Hell no. Hell no. Makes her a bitch. You know? The thing I have a problem with about that is though a lot of guys won't tell that joke that she's a bitch just because she looks good. And I think that's kind of some of the problem. Especially okay, we got the so-called on-point man too. A lot of a lot of females won't tell that dude, you know what, you really is an asshole. You really ain't shit. And they won't say it because well, I guess because he looks good or whatever. They feel that he's attractive or he's powerful or he's done this and he's got this and he's got that. I.e., you brought up the Tiger Woods thing, but it was like I guess the second part of the video. But just imagine if those women would have been like, you know what, you're a real asshole. You got a wife because they don't know where he hid that he was married. They knew he was married. Imagine if all those women would have been like, you know what, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with you. You're an asshole. I think they really would have changed a lot of stuff, but they didn't do it because he's Tiger Woods. So we all know what that is, But I think it's a really good video. I think that what you said was really truthful. Now, as far as the second part, where you were talking about the guys not being upfront about things and stuff like that too. This is another problem. This is another problem, and it has to kind of go along with it. The real problem with that is that most of the times if guys did come with women like that, like how you just said, most likely they're probably going to opt out unless you're a certain kind of guy. Most guys know that they're not that kind of guy when they're talking to that female, so they don't give her the chance to opt out, which I think is silly because you get in there and you start saying one thing and you tell them this or that, you got to keep telling lies, cover lies, and all this other shit. And it usually winds up being bad anyway. As far as I've seen it come out, it usually comes out bad. As far as I've ever seen it, I never seen it just come out to where the guy had a perfect relationship with his female and he was telling all this bullshit out the whole time. But I kind of got a question about that. Do women really want that upfront truth? Is that really what they want? I've been hearing them say it for years. I don't think that's what they really want. You can do that to a certain amount of them, but then again, those usually are the ones that somebody wants. Now, is it wrong for a female just because okay she's supposed to be on point or whatever, if she came out with that kind of thing and she's supposed to say no because she's on point or whatever? I mean, I don't know. Not something that I can say that I know about, but the whole thing of it is that that's why that happens. And you got guys out here doing that. I ain't gonna say that you're lying because I be lying, and I don't like to do that unless I really just got to. You know what I'm saying? Something dire. Yeah, I gotta be. If I'm gonna tell a lie, it gotta be for the greater good of a bunch of people. And somebody's gonna die if we don't tell this lie. Then I can understand telling it, but if it ain't gonna hurt nobody, you may as well tell the truth. But then again, the truth does hurt people anyway because when you're saying stuff and it's the truth, a lot of people don't like it. But the whole thing of it is, with this right here, there's really only one kind of fix to either one of these problems. That first one will be this. People got to stop judging people by the outside. I've had that problem myself. I've had some good-looking women. Like I said in some of my videos, I had some good-looking women in my lifetime. Shoot, I'm going through something with one right now. You know what I'm saying? That I had a child or whatever. But I mean, like, that person, people, they look good. 9 times out of 10, what I found is that when somebody looks good, they usually have a shitty ass attitude. They usually think that the world owes them something, or that they're so much better than you that you should just bow down and do whatever they want. This can become a problem if you got any kind of strong-willed mentality about yourself, like I do. You know, uh, I don't really know any way of fixing that, because those people are always going to be that way because, well, they grow up their whole lives with people pretty much sucking up to them, especially the females. Because just like you said, that woman can be in a room, she could be looking all good, but she might be a total bitch. But guys still gonna suck up to her, which is whack on account of the guys. But the thing is that women do it too. They'll take this guy and, oh, he's so this, he's that. You know, I one time, I remember a while back, a couple of years back, I was in there talking with some female friends of mine, and it was me and some guy friends or whatever, and this one girl was saying, "Oh, this guy, he's so this, he's so this, he's got game, and one of my friends asked her, she was like, "Have you ever talked to this guy?" Well, no. Well, how does he have all this game? I don't think that is game. I think you just like him already. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Wound up being that way in the end. I mean, like the guy was wound up being an asshole to her. I mean, you know, but it's I guess it's just human nature. And I know you say that the nature thing, you know, that's not really an excuse for a lot of stuff. But you know what? I'm telling you, in some ways, it is. Because even women have that problem. They got a nature problem. Even more so than guys. Because if you can get a female to feel a certain way emotionally, a lot of times they would break a lot of rules that they know they shouldn't be breaking because they feel a certain kind of way emotionally. They can't help it. It's nature. You know? Now, as far as guys, yeah, okay, yeah, they could say up front, hey, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do, and you can live with it, or you cannot live with it. Do I think it's going to be successful a lot of times? Could be, depending on if you're one of those so-called on-point guys. If you're a guy, now look, watch this. Even those people that you talked about, Martin Luther King, Bill Cosby, you know, those people were successful people. And it's a known fact by guys that when you get that kind of money and power, you get that kind of success, that's what women just get. They respond to that way better. They respond to that better than you being an average guy on the street. If you just a guy out here with really no name, you got a little bit something going for you. There's a whole big difference when everybody knows who you are very popular, and you, I guess, got something going for you. They accept a lot more. Just like with the Tiger Woods things. Like I said, there's no way. They knew he was married. Just like Monica Lewinsky, she knew Bill Clinton was married. The girl that did all that junk with Shaq and all them. The girl that wrote the book, Karen Stephan, or whatever her name was, the video vixen. She didn't know that Shaq was married. She didn't know all these guys that she wrote about in this book was married. She knew. But they were who they were. So she did what she did. You know what I'm saying? Though she may have did it more based on the monetary type of thing. But in closing, I just want to say, you know, so it's a good video. It's a good video. But the issue that I have with it is that, you know, you can't really put nature out of everything and say that, oh, the nature excuse doesn't work, because it's the same for women. If they get emotional any kind of way, if you get them emotional any kind of way, you can get them to do pretty much whatever. I mean, you're probably going to say that that's not true. It's probably going to be plenty of women coming back on this saying that, oh, that's not true. But the truth is, if it's a guy watching this, he's going to know. I mean, we all know. You give them, if they feel a certain way about you, they're pretty much going to do whatever. Even if they got a boyfriend, a husband, or whatever, they feel a certain way about you, they'll step out. And that's why I say the whole nature thing, I don't think that it can really be ruled out. Now, some people are using it for a garbage reason. Now, I can tell you that. You know, you saying that, that's true. Some people just using it for the hell of it. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to use this excuse right here because, well, I don't have another one. you know. But we can't rule that out totally. But you know, in conclusion, I just want to say, you know, it's a good video. It's a good video. It had a lot of good valid points. A lot of good things in it. You know, you're right. Hey, look, you know, guys, they can tell y'all that up front. You know, give you the chance to opt in and opt out. Shoot, I would tell a guy, you know what I'm saying, me personally, tell another man, hey, look, dog, it's better to just tell them up front. Because, you know, if you go and telling a female something up front, if she agree to that, then she agreed to it. You usually get better results if you tell somebody something up front. But as long as women, they say that out of their mouth that they want you to be up front, but when you're up front, you will get a different reaction than what they really is saying. And really, women really don't want that in the long run. I mean, you're saying it, and a lot of females say it, but it's not really what y'all want. Because if a lot of guys are up front all the time, or the majority of the time, they never get nowhere. You know? So, I'm going to conclude, though, and say, you know, it was a good video. And I enjoyed talking to you about it. You know, I hope you got some responses, some things you could tell me. I learned a little bit from watching your videos and listening to things you say. So, I'll be around, and it's nice hollering at you.